What's up, YouTube? Kedgris here. This is my match preview for the United States versus Paraguay. This match set to take place on June 12th at 9 or 9:30 p.m. It looks like the slot's still kind of jingling a little bit. But the World Cup has got off to a banging start. I just got done watching South Korea versus Czechia. And man, what a great game. It was an absolute treat to watch. I think the fans were absolutely sensational. I heard them through the screen, the South Korean fans absolutely shouting their lungs out, providing support. That's really what you want to see in a World Cup. You want to see stuff like that. And I won't lie, I have a soft spot for the Asian teams. I don't know why. I've always kind of just been like appreciative of their work ethic, their technical ability. So I have a soft spot, and I did root for South Korea. Okay, I did. The earlier game though was much more interesting in a different kind of way. 3 red cards, 3 yellow cards for South Africa versus Mexico. Hell of a game. I wouldn't say it was entertaining like play wise, but it was entertaining for other reasons, you know. You don't really see 3 red cards and 3 yellow cards in too many games. Just saying. So the World Cup's off to a great start, and we're here to talk about it. So let's get into it. Moving over to injuries, I haven't found a really good website for like tracking the injuries on the World Cup. I'm kind of using ESPN right now, but if anybody can find me a injury tracker who shows the injuries by like the national team and is nice and clean, I would really appreciate it. Just drop a comment down below. But this is what I'm going with, and it's a pain. It's garbled up. So I'm just going to talk about it. Okay, so first off, obviously the big one for Paraguay, Julio Enciso got injured against Nicaragua with a thigh contusion. He is not expected to play the first match against the United States. Could possibly be back for the second match of the group for Paraguay, but not expected for this game. So that's going to affect the lineup, I think, for them overall. Moving to the United States, Chris Richards, torn ankle ligament, of course, was expected to be back for this game or was really pushing for it, but I think we're going to play it safe and not really play him. We're going to shuffle the lineup a little bit to be a little bit more covering in the defensive aspect, just so we don't rush him back. And to be completely frank with you, I don't think we need him to beat Paraguay. To me, the way to beat Paraguay is more having to do with our creative players than defensively. I think, honestly, you just do a 3 at the back and you're good to go. Speaking of Paraguay, we move to the lineup that I think they will go with. They have Gil in goal, Alderete and Gomez making up the center backs. Gomez obviously being the team captain for the national team. Cáceres and Alonso for right back, left back. Cubas and Bobadilla for the 6 and the 8. The thing with Paraguay is that they're very defensively solid, very defensively compact. So when you play them, it's about can your creative players break them down, because they do have threats in the wing with speedsters like Almiron and kind of Gomez, who's been kind of playing out there, but he kind of interchanges. But I'm getting too in the weeds. The point is they're a very, very defensive and solid team. It could give the U.S. trouble, especially with our creative players if they don't show up and show out. I think we will probably have the majority of the possession, but this is a very good defensive unit. Moving to the attacking, I already talked about Almiron and Gomez and Enciso, obviously not slated to play. So I think it will be Alejandro Romero who will start. He seems to be their best creative outlet, better dribbler. Not better than Enciso, of course, but for what they have available. He's going to be looking to be the point where the ball comes out of the defense. He collects and he kind of plays it down the wing sides to get them into space. Up top, they have Sanabria, top goal scorer for them in the CONMEBOL, and for their qualifying, I think he scored like 4 goals or something. But this is a very solid team. I don't think a lot of people have them picked to advance in the group. I did not. I think we can beat them, definitely, but it could just as easily result in a draw if we're not careful, if we don't push the envelope, if we're not on point. So for me, this is a solid team. I think this is a good team, maybe lacking in the attacking creativity in the midfield. Moving over to the United States, the buzz around the camp is that we're going to be playing a three-back for this game. Starting with Freese in goal, 100%. I do not want to see Turner. That guy gives me anxiety. Just me looking at him on the pitch gives me anxiety. So Freese was solid in the Germany game. I would keep him. Ream, Robinson, and Freeman make up the back three. I'm fine with that. I think Freeman is a good right back. I've said before, defensively, very sound. But if you're going to play a three-back to make up for not having Chris Richards, perfectly fine with that. My issue is with Robinson seems to be the starter pick. I just don't think he's good enough. He's made mistakes against Germany that honestly seemed really dumb to me. So for me, I would swap him for McKenzie. Where's McKenzie? Yep. For McKenzie, I think McKenzie's just better defensively, calmer on the ball. Maybe he can't. He doesn't have the agility of Robinson, but for me, when you have a center back, you just want him to be solid. Moving to the midfield slash winger positions, Robinson and Dest making up that left wing, right wing back areas. Perfectly fine with that. I do think Robinson has been lacking defensively throughout the friendlies and everything. And I don't know if that's an effort thing or what's going on with that, but he needs to tighten that up. It's not good. Moving to the midfield, Adams and Tillman. Personally, for me, I thought about this, and I think I would rather go Berhalter for Tillman. Tillman, you could say keep him on because you need the creativity against Paraguay because they're going to be a defensive block, pretty solid defensive block. My thing is that this is basically a two-man midfield, and what you need in a two-man midfield are engines. And Berhalter is an engine. Yeah, his touch needs work a little bit, but overall, I think his passing is good to decent. I think what we really need is just his yards, him covering the grass, so much grass when he plays is just so important in this type of system. Moving up top, we have Pulisic and McKinney. Interesting friendlies. Didn't feel like he really popped out, but I mean, he did create some chances that just weren't taken by his fellow U.S. members. Pulisic! Sorry, I coughed there. I meant to say Pulisic not taking the chances. I think he's got some stuff, though. He is creating opportunities, so you've got to play them. I just think he's looked better than Tillman. Pulisic, obviously, banging form right now. Couldn't do it for AC Milan, but this is the United States of America, and he is scoring goals, providing assists, and absolutely showing up in the big moments now that we are getting into the nitty-gritty. Finally, up top, we finish with Balogun. I think the best striker we got, scored 19 goals this season for Monaco and Ligue A. Probably not his best season. I think his two previous seasons were better, but still good enough. I think every time I see him on the ball, I'm more sure that I think he can finish those chances we create. Honestly, we kind of struggle with attacking, so more than you would think. So we really need to try to get as many goal scorers as we can on the pitch. I just, man, I hope we can fix it. I think this is going to be a rough game. I think it's going to be real rough. And we end the video with the most important part that everyone wants to know. What do I think the score is going to be? What do I think I predict the game is going to go like? I think the United States will have the majority of the possession. I'm going to say probably like 58%, 60%, something like that. And I think it's going to finish 1-0. And I think it's going to be from something really stupid like a bad pass by Paraguay or like a really dumb set piece routine. But I think we're going to score. We're going to get 1-0. I don't see where the creative outlet is for Paraguay. Obviously, Alejandro Romero could be that. He could show up for his country. But watching him in the friendlies, he just not got it like Enciso does, so I just don't see an outlet for them. I think we're going to take it 1-0. USA, first win of the World Cup. Mexico won. We have to win, and then Canada needs to do the business since we're all co-hosting this thing. But guys, if you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think the score is going to be. Please, people, be honest. Don't be, there's a lot of beef going around between, some Europeans and some Americans right now. Be honest, okay? Be honest. Don't be vengeful or spiteful. Please, for me. Please. Anyways, that's wrapping it up. Come on, USA. USA, USA.